It was Saturday, 800 a.m., a day off. We were sound asleep when the doorbell rang hysterically. The ringing didn't stop until my mother-in-law opened the door. My husband's friend Kostya flew into our room. Our first inclination was to tell him everything we thought about him at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning, but after taking a closer look, we realized that something was wrong. Always calm Kostya, who had phlegm for everything, stood in front of us whiter than a sheet and shook with a large tremor. Here is what happened to them during the night from his words. Yesterday with Taha, Tahin, Dima and 3 more friends hung out in the club. The occasion was to wash off Tahin's new car. Taha didn't drink, as they came there on it. At 1 o'clock in the morning they were asked to leave culturally, as some of them had too much alcohol, but they wanted to continue the banquet. Tahin suggested his friends to go to Gachina Ado, come from St. Petersburg. We wanted to stay there till Sunday. We got into a swallow and drove off. The road goes along the Volkonsky Highway, and there is a place where on one side is a huge dump of city garbage, and right opposite is the city cemetery. Everyone, except Kostya and, naturally, Taha, was sleeping peacefully. I sat on the back seat in the middle. I didn't feel like sleeping. Before reaching the cemetery with the garbage dump, it seemed to me that something flashed to my right. I turned my head and saw a woman in the side rear window. She was moving parallel to the car, neither lagging behind nor running, but as if hanging above the ground. Her face was not visible. It was covered by a kind of a long veil, which was developing in the wind. My first thought was I've had enough. Asking if Ta could see her was out of the question, because he would have laughed. I just had to look at her. I don't know how many minutes or seconds it lasted, but it felt like an eternity. A chilling terror gripped my body, and then something happened that set the stage. Having sharply overtaken the car standing on the side of the road, the woman flew out right in front of it, being a meter away from the hoe. At the same second, Taha sharply turned the steering wheel to the left with a wild scream, as if to save himself from something imminent. The car flew over the oncoming road into the ditch. Everyone else woke up from the shock, but did not understand anything, and Taha, not paying attention to the wrecked car, flew out of the door and began to run down the road shouting, Where's the woman? I just hit a woman." Only then did Kostya realize that she wasn't the only one he had seen. Until morning, we looked for a tractor to pull the car out of the ditch, and as soon as we got to town, I immediately came running to you.